Did you do this?
Well, a couple of us did.
Barbara, gee. Oh my goodness! You got face paintings on.
Yeah.
Skin
Almost signed. Then she wanted to come, but she just couldn't. No. She can't do that.
Oh, did Bill know this?
Nice to see you.
Everybody knew me?
Thank you.
Oh, are you? What a nice
head. Really? Like a question mark in the back.
I want that too. Oh, yeah. I hate that back there. I have that straight too.
So I have extra hair built in here. I make it cut like
more
this
than
a lot.
I do. Yeah. Do you have that back there too then? Is that a Hammond thing?
It's flat and I never get my hair to pull
profiles.
Your
dad's head. Your head looks like your dad.
I know I have his...
Oh no, you have the perfect head.
She does have the perfect head.
I don't have the...
Yeah, you do.
I don't have the perfect hair though.
Yeah, you don't have the perfect hair when you have a perfect head.
I don't know that I'd want my dad's hairline.
Really?
One of the things my sister never lets me forget is the time my mother was talking to me in front of a family. Said to me, "You have a perfectly shaped head with plenty of room for brain."
Should I be here? Should I put my bra?
Mary!
You, but
Mary!
Thank you for loaning us your furniture. Barbara and Bruce. Oh, wine. Thanks.
No. Where's Patty? Put in there. Well,
thank you.
Jim and Patty.
Oh, you're welcome.
Changing their clothes.
So much fun we have you over, Steve. Oh, you've been so nice.
This is our cousin Barbara.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Wonderful. My cousin from Kansas.
Kansas. And Barbara. Another Barbara. And behind you is my brother. And
this is my brother Bill.
Nice to meet you, Bill.
This is my friend who's here.
I am Kathleen.
And there's Linda, my friend Linda.
Hi.
My cousin Hattie. My cousin Jim.
Hello.
have something to eat, but we're gonna all of us have eaten.
Oh,
yeah.
Don't worry.
They're gonna go and perform.
We have some yeah,
I'm happy.
Yay.
I'm
yeah.
No, okay.
And the big
oh my
sister.
gosh, you have the same dimples.
The big sister, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
sure. We need to be officially honored. Now this is real pinchy, according to Barbara. It's really pinchy.
Okay.
Excuse me, let me
There you go.
I'll sit by Steve.
What?
Are you going to sit here, Steve?
Turn her on.
Oh,
Jump in.
I
just have to put
Ah, you're buzzing all
You're
over.
right, Barbara.
That's, oh, here.
My head's in a vice.
Put it on.
Yeah, just make it a crown. There you go.
Okay,
There
wait a
you
minute.
go. And
Your royal scepter in there, their hand.
Oh, wait a minute. The other way.
Should we get our camera too?
oh no, we'll take
We will
care
have
of
those
this.
pictures.
You'll be fine.
So special.
You are
You
so
look
special.
The thing is, here you go. This is what Mary does all the time.
Really?
She creates all these celebrations of life for people. So we get to just do what she does, you know, except not get paid. And, then, and here's the thing.
Is there
You won't be
collection at
getting
the
paid
end?
for it anymore.
Okay,
either.
okay.
Just say it.
I'll just pretend I'm a resident. Kirkland Village.
That'd be a good start. Okay. Then, I forget what I was going to do. Oh, I know. Mary has had amazing jobs. And as her family, we get them confused sometimes. Like the time when we thought maybe, I know she sold Westinghouse products under the title Westco, and it was a non-traditional.
So, let me just read it straight.
Do it again because we didn't have the
Mary,
camera
how do
on.
you define yourself? Is it by the work you do? Oops, your identity just crashed because you just retired. Is it by your body and your image? Oops, you've proved that all that can change. Is it by your acts of service to others? Now we're getting somewhere because there's been a lot. How about by the smiles you give and the trail of smiles that follow you? I know I'm one of those smiling people just because you're you. Love.
These are my siblings. I love you. I love you too.
Was it yeah, it had cards in it. Okay, okay, all right, okay, good. Because
I'm overwhelmed.
yeah.
Bruce.
Tom and Gail.
Bruce and Gail and Tom.
Oh, hi,
You
Bruce, Gail,
remember
Tom.
that?
Thank you. Are they going to get a copy of this?
I'll bet it's
Maybe.
be on
don't
YouTube
know.
or something.
Pretend like it's
Put that
fun.
tiara back on.
It's so tight, and I can't just put it on there. I have to be like still.
Did your head grow?
Thank you, Gail, Tom, and Brucey. Cousin Brucey.
And Marty and Anna were
Thank you, Marty and Anna.
otherwise engaged with some other activities.
Yeah, Marty's traveling.
Marty's traveling and Anna's
has
something.
an event of some kind.
Anna's dancing. Anna's calling and dancing.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this was part of the party?
Oh, yeah. These, yeah.
Correspond.
And not only that, let's see. When we reorganize the shed, we'll have to do that. I expect they'll be through re-roofing it in the house today. Yesterday's crew was about a half a dozen guys. I wouldn't have wanted to have to carry bundles of shingles on my shoulder up a ladder in the strong gusts they were struggling with yesterday. They had to go a long way policing the ground afterwards to collect all the stuff that blew away as they were removing it. Also, lots of wasps' nests they removed from the shed. I think I told you I hired a contractor to chalk up the addition and put in new footings and piers. Then he or Steve will replace the shed's rotted floorboards. And we can get organized as a workshop and cut way down on what we're storing.
You know, I will say this. You know how some people say TMI and it has to do with like personal things?
Yeah, we really understand.
Et cetera, et cetera.
And you know what? At the end of the whole thing, it was very endearing. I have to say, he just spent much thought of his entire allotment of thought life on this kind of thing. He was so, you know, he could imagine, he could think about what needed to be done next, and it was all according to plan, and the timetable was moving forward.
It was so interesting because I wanted to be sure things were tidy and kind of neat and clean for Jim and Patty, right? And he had a whole different agenda, and I was saying, why is it that you want to go out there and sand that again, or you know, why, or the office? What is that? When you know, but it's okay. You have your agenda, I have mine. Here's my list. See if there's anything on my list. No. Yeah,
and
but our lists actually were overlapping each other.
They really were, and it was really lovely to be a witness, to witness that and to be part of that. And here's your book.
Yeah.
Give this a try. We thought we'd give it a try.
One comment about this, though, you may have forgotten that for either Father's Day or my dad's birthday or some Christmas, at the time I had no money to buy any gifts. And my dad loved that I played the piano, and he loved ragtime. So I taught myself how to play Maple Leaf Rag on the piano to give to him as a gift. So, and it's my favorite rag. So
Mary started it. So we're giving back.
So give us two measures.
Is that the right tempo?
That's the right tempo.
It's beautiful.
You gotta let us know.
I'm not letting anybody know. I'm just shaking.
Come on, just come in.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Mother and Dad would be so proud. They have loved that. They would have loved that.
Was there anyone in the family who was not musical?
No.
No.
Were
Everybody
your
was.
parents musical?
We put on
Yeah.
a mighty fine act, didn't we?
Yeah. My dad played flute and piccolo and a bass baritone. And mother her degree was in fine arts and voice.
Mm-hmm.
And she auditioned for the Metropolitan Opera Chorus and was accepted, except she was pregnant with me and they disqualified her.
Aww.
So there was music in all of us.
She was a voice teacher.
Huh?
She was a voice teacher.
Yeah. She taught
Oh.
voice, yeah.
Great. So there you go.
There we go.
Very nice.
Take around the block at midnight, Mary. Pick everybody up.
So do you guys know that the people who owned this house before us were the Hammonds?
Yes.
And that,
Sunday.
yes, and that he was a percussionist and was in the drum and bugle corps side of music stuff.
And knew Pittsburgh's Bill Hammond.
Yeah, who was
the
all-
26
who was-
rudiments.
Yeah, who was, yeah,
Did
right.
you ever meet him? Do you know who that is?
No, but I was always asked, whenever I
They used to go
got
to a lot of competitions. I think their grandsons were playing in.
Irony.
Thank you. That was
Oh,
great.
you're very
Loved it.
welcome.
The story. Wait a minute, so we can get this down.
Okay.
clarinet too.
Sarah is 16 now and going into 11th grade. When she went into 6th grade, she entered band and took up tenor sax. And I thought, that's a B-flat instrument. This is a B-flat instrument. Let me look on Craigslist and get myself a clarinet. And so I got this one for $40.
Wow.
And so we would play little duets together, when she was learning stuff. And then I had set my clarinet case near a window, and when I went to open it up, pad bugs had eaten the pads.
Yeah.
So it was unplayable.
Pad bugs. Is that what
Yeah.
they're called?
By musicians. Clarinetists call them pad bugs, but our pest control guy had another name for it. But there were little casings of them, and you know, in my clarinet case. So, $40 for a clarinet, I wasn't going to pay, you know, $175 to get it restored. I said, I can do this. So I go on YouTube and I look up all these videos that show me how to do it myself, and I bought a kit and had a little light wand inside, and I got a buffing wheel, and a friend of a friend had some parts for me, and I bought the cork, and so I did it. And I restored it. And I thought, wow,
that is great.
I just restored my clarinet. It looks really great. Let me sell it on Craigslist. And then once I sell it, I'll buy another one for $40 and I'll restore it. And I'll just keep doing that, make it a little hobby.
Yeah, but you get money back for your
repair
kit.
So nobody bought it. Nobody called. A month later,
this clarinet.
A month later, this guy calls me out of the blue and he says, I saw your ad in Craigslist. Now, I don't want to buy your clarinet, but do you want to be in my band?
Oh, what a great way to recruit! Oh my gosh!
And so I said, I've been thinking about something like that. That'd be great. And so
Is it the really terrible orchestra?
He said,
Literally, no,
well,
There is an
Yeah.
outfit called the Really
Yeah.
No, it's not that.
Okay.
No, this was a community band that happened to meet in a Mormon church. And so I went, and I felt very much like a duck out of water. Well, my first time walking into a Latter-day Saints church. And they start their rehearsals praying in these and thous to
So
our
it's
eternal
part
Father.
of the church.
Well, yes and no. I mean, they assured me that it wasn't a Mormon band. But it sure cracked like a duck to me.
Or give you a pamphlet or two.
Yeah, I mean, they were upfront with me that they weren't going to push anything on me, but if I had any questions,
Yeah.
Anyway, and so later on, Sarah joined it as well, and it kind of petered out. We had a concert a year ago at this time, and I was the only clarinetist. There were like 11 of us. It was really, really hard. I mean, but we put on a pretty good concert, and we even played Stars and Stripes Forever. Like I skipped half the notes, so I don't play all that great. But what's happened since then is that I've got a different conductor. We meet in a community center for rehearsals, and now we're about 25 people.
So it's growing. It's a real community band.
It's really nice, and I'm only like one of 6 clarinets, 6 or 7, and there's 4 trombones, including a valve trombone. There's 2 tubas, alto sax, bassoon. Sarah plays tenor
Trumpets,
sax.
how many trumpets?
3-ish, 3 or 4. So now it sounds great.
A balance. There's some balance there.
Yeah, and an excellent conductor who makes us work on the ensemble and listening to each other, balancing each other out. And he has all these little sayings. He's a recent graduate of Reinhardt College, and he majored in music or something. But he says, tuning is not an event; it's a process. So just adjust as you need as we go through these and stuff like that.
Patty's also
So,
good at site
it's not an
locations
option.
So now we don't open our rehearsals in prayer.
That'll be that.
And now they're far out.
So wait a minute. So you rehearse at the same place, or?
No, we rehearse at an arts and community center, we do plays and stuff. So we just rent the space.
Back in your old house, and that you were a site locator for. That's right.
What are you doing?
I don't know how she wore them. She was such a good sport.
I was not.
And I couldn't imagine wearing them for 30 seconds, let alone the whole day.
I think I wore them for, 2 years maybe? Did I really? I hated them.
And not only that, but in order to correct knock knees, you have to make the feet bend out this way. So she had to have the soles and the heels of those shoes built up on the inner side.
Well, let's
So
see
that-
your legs now.
They're not
Didn't work.
fixed because she didn't
Did
wear
not
the
work.
gum shoes long enough to do any good. And they wouldn't have done
That's
any
what
good anyway, I
happens.
don't think.
It's really interesting. At the time, and this was probably 1952, I don't know, that the doctor said that the only way to really fix that were staples in the knees. That's what they called them. And it was, and it stunted the growth of the bone, or something like that. And I remember people in school because that made me really special. I'm going to have to maybe get staples in my knees. And be like, people were horrified. And I said, I know.
Mary gets hurt a lot. You know, we talk about special populations, and Mary is the poster child for special populations. She's that special.
So Steve asked me if I would share with you when we lived in Youngstown, and I still have memories of wafts of food smells coming out of homes, and it was kind of a melting pot neighborhood, and so I would go off on adventures, but I would always be hungry.
How old were you then?
5. But I would just say, I'll be back, and I would leave, and I would go knock on the doors of strangers and say, do you happen to have any food for a little girl like me?
How long did it take for your parents to find out?
There was one place where I did go, and it was attached to the store where we used to go and buy bread.
Yes.
And the people who owned that, I think you could get into their home through that, through the side door or something. And those people were really nice, and they invited me in. And I think that either mother and dad were looking for me, or they later found out I had gone there begging for food, and then the people had taken me in and fed me, and then Mom was mad. But I think I probably ate a lot of ethnic foods that nobody else in my family had ever tried.
Listen, dear, we're going to run. We have animals to feed.
Thank you for the loan of the table.
Oh,
and,
that's all right.
And we're borrowing a tripod? Did we borrow a tripod?
I have
Okay.
something for you, a little something.